This was a setup. You put this in the universe. How can
I know what you mean.
I
saw that you're on a tour for your book. Mm-hmm. I am always up for being supportive for whatever you want to promote or whatever's going on. Mm-hmm. I reached out to you knowing that you had, based on your schedule, a 2-day window to be in Los Angeles, California, if I'm not mistaken. And you said Monday works best. And I said, okay. And it's funny, right around third quarter of Saturday night's game between our alma maters, Michigan and Michigan State, you say something along the lines, it's sort of like some hazard light went on in your world that you were appearing on this program after all this.
Yeah.
You're accusing me of being a set-up artist.
I'm saying that the timing really works out very well for you.
Well, it could have worked out well for you.
I guess. You're right. It could have happened in the opposite. Then it would have been you who would have been questioning, why did I invite her on this show? But then there's a beatdown. Well, two. Technically, how you want to see this. There's the game, then the fight.
Well, it was a beat down and then a beat up.
Right, you're right. A beat up. And so I was just like, wow, it's one thing if we, catch one by Michigan, which I think most Michigan State fans have to say they totally expected.
Yes.
Then the other additional extracurricular activity occurs, obviously a post-game fight in the locker room or the locker room area in the tunnel. And now I'm just like, wow. Not one of my better timed
to come on this program.
Yeah, I have to say that.
But don't worry, I'm not going to do anything untoward on the subject matter.
No, I'm not saying that you would.
No. And again, I'd rather talk about Uphill, which is a story about the third quarter and fourth quarter of Saturday's game. Is that what it's called?
Wow. Right, exactly.
Wow. That's odd that you were straight from the headlines.
I deserve it.
Unreal. Well, since there is a photograph of you that I have in my phone. Mm-hmm. It's saved forever. You in a Michigan State shirt and jersey smoking a cigar outside that you would post all the time after Michigan State beat Michigan.
The last 2 years I've been able to post that.
And then before that, quite a bit as well.
Quite a bit, yeah. So,
I know.
Listen, sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail. Today I'm the nail. It's okay.
Yeah, and I know that. And just, give me your 2 cents on what the rivalry means so people can kind of understand it, since that is out there right now and being discussed nationally right now. What do you think?
I know a lot of people are looking at this, and if this is their first impression of Michigan State or this is a relatively new impression, as you know, Rich, and I don't think I'm overstating it, I do think between the two schools, the rivalry does mean more to us, right? I think the rivalry means something to Michigan, but obviously because of Ohio State's presence, there's a debate there about it for you all. And which is ironic because all that does is irritate Michigan State fans more. We want to be the one you hate the most. True. Not Ohio State, right? We're 60-something miles apart.
But in real life stuff, though, where a lot of these players who faced each other on Saturday know each other from grade school.
They're from the Detroit area. They have played against each other.
Yeah.
It's like, of course, I don't condone what happened, and the players were suspended. The university acted swiftly as they should.
Indeed.
An investigation will take place. But this is sort of not surprising. There's always this underlying bubble of hatred between the two schools.
Yes.
And especially, as you know, when we beat you all, and especially the consistency in which we beat you in the last 10 to 12 years, then we are insufferable. That's just what it is. Like, we are much more insufferable in this. And because of that, especially after last year, the last 2 years in which Mel Tucker has won, that I knew coming into this game that if we don't win, if Michigan gets the opportunity, they are going to bury us. Prove a point, which you did with the physical nature of, the running game.
And throwing deep with 3 minutes to go.
Listen, if I'm you, I would do the same thing. I would do this.
Jemele texted me like, I would put 50 on you guys.
I would try to. I'm clowning. Totally clowning. So I didn't take that personally at all. But again, you have to remember a lot of these players, they have played football against each other in high school, close proximity. We know what proximity breeds, the nature of the rivalry.
Right.
That tunnel was the right recipe for something to go down, especially because the other element we don't know is I want to know why the two Michigan players were isolated and there.
I definitely want to know what happened. And Harbaugh just said today he thinks criminal charges are coming, which is serious business.
It is serious business. I hate that it gets to that. There's a part of me that thinks, does it really have to get to that? I understand it. It was serious. I get that. I don't want to belie the seriousness of it, but you could easily see something happening like that between Michigan and Ohio State. There have been near almost fights a lot of times in these type of games. It's just you didn't see it the way that we all saw it on Saturday night. So not a good look for the university. I do think some of y'all, as in Michigan fans, y'all putting a little too much on it. A little too much hot sauce. A little too much spiciness.
On what?
Well, it's just...
On the post-game stuff you're talking
about?
No,
I mean as in some of the language used to describe what happened, as if, again, this isn't a heated rivalry. And any university tends to do this with their rivals. They try to clutch the pearls a little tighter and act like, oh, we could never. And I was like, and I say this liking him, having defended him. I was like, y'all did have a coach slap somebody. I mean, this year. All right. So it's like...
Oh, you're talking about the hockey coach?
I'm talking about your basketball coach.
Oh, Juwan. I see.
Yeah, that did happen. So I'm just saying that sometimes in heated moments, things go down. So let's not get all holier than thou on me right now. Like, y'all done had some moments too. We both universities have. Mm-hmm. It is what it is.
Okay. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.